It's the Weekly Wrap with your host, broadcasting legend Bruce Wolf, and his trusty sidekick, comedian Tim Slagle. And now, without further ado, Bruce Wolf.
Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. And now for my favorite part of the show, where, and I guess what's in Tim's background. And Tim, I'm just hoping that you've just got a still shot, a still frame of, and spoiler alert, Landman from last Sunday, where they're all in the truck going to the funeral. Billy Bob Thornton, his wife, they're arguing. It's a laugh riot, and they wind up playing yacht rock, sailing. It's just like, and that's just one of the scenes. This show is so darn funny and dramatic. Did you guys see it this past week? I don't want to give anything more.
I haven't watched it. I watched those 2 episodes, and that's I watched it long enough to realize they were no longer showing Michelle Randolph's navel.
Yeah, that's true. You know, and spoiler alert, they I don't think they do in this episode either. So you might want to fast forward to, like the end of the series.
I don't think they're going to. Like I said, it's like the AT&T girl's breasts. I think so many people made comments about them that she doesn't want to show it anymore.
I'll just say there's one really funny scene, and I didn't know this about airplanes. Private jets. There's some kind of wind factor at airports or with small runways where the private jets have to take off like straight up in the air. That causes, without any runway, basically.
Yeah, and it's called midway.
Exactly.
It's they have to make sure the McDonald's drive-through is shoveled in case they need the extra 10 feet.
Well, right. And midway where I once did a piece for Channel 32 about blue ice falling on you. And then we had it so that the luggage came out and fell on me, because it's right near, in a neighborhood. And
was it Samsonite? Did it pop open?
No, and a gorilla came out and then banged it all over the area. So yeah. Anyway, there's a flight scene, and our Northwestern graduated law lawyer. She's in it, and it's just wonderful. But did you see it, Chris?
I did see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
I think Michelle Randolph should be proud of the fact that nobody would have recognized she was the same actress in both series except for that.
Sure. That
is a testament that she can play a 23-year-old pioneer woman and a 17-year-old cheerleader.
You remind me, I mean, you have the acumen of like Dexter doing a blood spatter analysis, only it's done with innies and outies. It's really good. All right, let's get on to some real smart, important stuff. And is that the pick?
So is that your guess? It was
just past the 20th anniversary of the Midway where it rolled out onto the street. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I saw that picture this week. I didn't realize that the airplane actually went out onto the street and
it slid off the runway out onto the street.
And then I remember I got a ticket for no parallel parking. I mean, it just like took off the whole street.
Yeah, not only that, it didn't have a sticker.
Oh, man.
Okay. Back to the background.
What is the background?
No, you are wrong.
Okay.
Apparently they have finished the statue of the very historic vice president.
Oh my goodness! Look at her. That wouldn't be Kamala Harris. That would be Hillary Clinton. Am I right?
It looks like it looks a little like Hillary, but I think it's supposed to be Kamala.
Get out of here! You're kidding me, right? See,
I don't know.
The thing about Kamala,
that's the best AI could do.
I see. When I saw the
maybe it's my fault because I Googled. I said create an image of a woman who did not become the president. So
that was that. Okay. So yeah, it does look more like Hillary, but when Kamala, that was the most revelatory thing in the interview that she recently did about her book that the New York Times, which was trying to help her, I couldn't make heads or tails of, but she said she was going to have she would have a bust, and I misinterpreted it. I thought she was just going to rip open her shirt and say they're real and they're spectacular. But it turns out that it's something that's anyway.
Well, I think it's appropriate because she spent the entire 4 years stoned. So.
Right. So the thing about Hillary is I got a problem because I hope this doesn't happen because I was one of those who was yelling lock her up. I think that they so in my mind she's still in prison, but I would like to release her because she's on Israel's side. Okay, she's actually alienating Democrats, the far left of the party, and I know that she's got. I know that she's getting ready to stage another run. It just sounds like she's positioning herself that way, doesn't it? I mean, she's going to capture the vast middle somehow, disaffected Republicans. I don't know. I don't trust her, but I'm happy that she said that.
That's actually interesting. You might have a point. There might be.
The point of this show is not to be interesting. The point of this show is to.
I think I had never considered that she might actually still be in it. But now that I think about it, yeah, that she's still got the fire in the belly. She still thinks that the election was stolen from her. Why wouldn't she? And you're right. Now is the time. Let's go back to the good years of the Clinton when there was bipartisanship and blah blah blah.
Tim, I got to tell you, I mean, it was interesting for a second, but when you said belly, I just started thinking of hers vis-a-vis Michelle Randolph, and now I'm a little bit nauseated. Okay, you know what, Chris? He's a troublemaker because he puts this rundown together. I give him like 400 possible stories. Do you know what he had as the lead here? It's
Don Lemon. Don Lemon.
I mean,
why not? It's a good Don Lemon story. He was back in Chicago.
Yes, he's back in Chicago at the Broadview Ice Center. And this person, Terry Newsom, asked if Cook County Jail should release criminal illegals to ICE. He said he didn't understand the question, nor can he answer it because he doesn't live in Chicago anymore. What the F does living in Chicago have to do with answering the question? Well, I'll tell you. I mean, it was good to see Don Lemon out on the street because, as you well know, he turned down 2 assignments while he was at Channel 5 in Chicago. Not while I was there, but he did do that. And I never would have turned down it. If they wanted me to sweep the floors, I would have done it. But, Don Lemon got away with it because, I wonder why.
You know what? And a zebra does not change his stripes because he refused the question, too.
I don't know. I'm just here. Yeah. Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. I mean, all right.
I'm just here getting a Subway sandwich.
There we go. In mega country. So, all right. Then Bill Maher interviewed, what's her name? Annie Kasparian or something? She's an actress.
Anna Kasparian. She's not an actress. She's a co-host on the Young Turks.
Oh, okay. I wanted to call her T. McGee. Okay, because she's kind of well endowed there. All right. Huh. And I stopped reading the transcript because it looked like Maher, he's heterodox. It looked like he was, going in the right direction there. But she said at one point that 83% of the people that Israel killed were civilians, and Maher didn't go tit for tat, as it were, and challenge her on that. And so I stopped reading. But come on, Bill.
It was good. It was what he said was good. It's the angle he took. Much better than Bruce's Jews News. He actually said, "Wait, is there any place you could wear that dress in the Middle East?"
Oh, no, that's really good. No, that's fine. That's good. But he let her just say that 83% of the people that they killed are civilians. That's not true.
And then he asked the question again. Then he asked the question again and again and again. And she avoided it. It was, she really looked.
Okay, I didn't see that he kept asking that same question, but he did ask about the dress. No, I get that. That's good. I'll give Bill, he's heterodox. I'll give him a C plus.
And what he was getting to, and she didn't want to, is the only place of all the cities he named, there was only one city where she could wear that dress, and that's Tel Aviv.
Exactly.
And if that's not reason that Israel needs to exist, if just for that dress, Bruce.
Right. No, I agree. I totally agree. All right, let's move on to Johnny Maga's tweet about Brandon Johnson. Okay, and I think I finally saw the light when and seeing where Brandon Johnson is coming from here, because he basically it's an eternal guilt trip that we have here. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson implies that white people are intimidated by well-dressed black men while at a quarter zip link up. There are those who are intimidated by this level of power. Those who held the power before are living in their own guilt and shame. And, I was thinking, the only real reparations that would work would be white men in chains. Okay. I mean, because it's not.
You think?
You can't throw enough money at the problem.
You think that would work?
I don't think a head tax, in Chicago of $100, for every employee, where the employer has more than, has more employees than Buona Beef has, a head tax like that would do it. I think what it would do it would be, enslave the slaveholders. That's about it, I think. I would guess.
He's saying that the head tax is not going to hurt small businesses.
The problem is that Rahm, the little guy, he cut a head tax when it was $4 and it helped business. Okay. When he cut the head tax, now they're talking about like
$33 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I can't not wonder is what would happen if Motorola hired Abigail and Brittany Hensel, huh?
Exactly. What would happen? You tell me.
Oh, how would they charge her? Google Abigail and Brittany Hensel.
All right,
over the
I'll
break,
do that
Bruce.
during the break, and then we'll come back. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. For those of you who weren't able to Google, Abigail and Brittany Hensley are whom?
It's a two-headed girl. It's a very famous two-headed girl that actually all
right. Yeah.
They married two different men, which I don't know how that works because there's only there's only one consortium, so to speak.
I think it's more probably done like a
timeshare.
Yeah, or like one guy comes in, taps the other, taps the other guy on the shoulder. Can I cut in right now? That kind of thing. Oh man. So where are we? Oh, so apparently I'm really confused how to deal with Fred Hampton. Now I know all this stuff happened more than 50 years ago, but you remember Fred Hampton, the Black Panthers? Okay.
It was before I moved to Chicago.
I mean, it was a big thing. There was a police raid on Black Panther headquarters, and they killed Fred Hampton.
Oh, okay, yeah.
State's attorney at the time was a guy named Ed Hanrahan. Turns out he was the only Democrat I ever voted for. Okay, and then a few years later, I realized as the truth came out that this was not a justifiable raid. So the only Democrat I ever voted for, I had to mentally recant for doing that. However,
kind of like when you wore that one pair of underwear and the Bears lost, and you said, "I'm never wearing that underwear during a Bears game again."
Right, it's what happened. But then Chicago Contrarian had a tweet, if we've got that, which makes it look like, oh yeah, well, but the problem is that Fred Hampton, I forgot all about this. His guys murdered two police officers like right before that. The Contrarian says, we hate to interrupt Chicago's mayor's homage to radical Black Panther leader Fred Hampton, but we'd like to jar the mayor's memory. 2 weeks prior to the chairman's death, two of Hampton's Black Panther comrades mercilessly gunned down two Chicago Police Department officers, Frank Rappaport and John Gilhooly. It was an ambush killing. So, maybe you don't lionize Fred Hampton that much, even though he was victimized apparently by a bad raid. But now I don't know what to think anymore. And here's the thing about Ed Hanrahan. So he's state's attorney, and he's ousted because of this. His career is over. Not too many years after that, I'm in line as a young attorney at the motion call in the Daily Center. I mean, this is like a morning cattle call, whatever. You're just standing in line. You got an emergency motion before a motion judge. It's not even in a courtroom. It's like in a little office, and you stand in line. And who's in line with me? Ed Hanrahan, the former state's attorney. How the mighty fall.
Did you tell him you voted for him?
Did not tell him that. Hey, he might have broken down and cried. Actually, yeah, I was actually in line with Ed Hanrahan. Okay, hey, we've all watched Animal Kingdom, right? Animal Kingdom.
A little bit.
Okay, Chris did. Ellen Barkin tweeting, and she, I guess, surprise, Hollywood actress is. So she says maybe my kid. She's talking. Maybe Ms. Kirk will be appointed the head of the Department of Grief, better known as DOG. This was a reaction to Barry Weiss moderating a CBS News town hall with Erica Kirk. I mean, just the cruelty of Ellen Barkin. I guess it's not enough that Barry Weiss is hiring the reporter who portrayed Kirk's murderer sympathetically. That's Matt Gutman, who then apologized for that. But it's not enough for Ellen Barkin that Barry Weiss is hiring this guy. By the way, Ellen, you took bullets in Animal Kingdom real nice. Spoiler alert there. And nice tatas, too, in that show, if I might say. So that's an important points to make about Ellen Barkin. But, yeah, I mean, what do you want?
How old is she?
Ellen Barkin?
Yeah.
I got to say she's in her 70s now.
Yeah, I know. And she's still got a pair?
You know, whatever they did in Animal Kingdom, they buttressed them somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
71.
71. Okay.
See, yeah, I don't think you should compliment her. Compliment the architect.
Exactly. By the way, speaking of architecture, the Obama Presidential Library, which is opening.
Sure.
And I didn't realize it was done. To me, it looks like it's
still under construction.
Well, yeah.
It looks like they just got the elevator shaft finished and they're going to put the glass around it.
Yeah, well, it's scaffolding. I thought that's all scaffolding that's going to come down eventually, and it's not really done, but it is done. And you know what? A lot of people are ridiculing it, but I say, ain't that America? Always under construction, maybe not pretty in that moment, but eventually, it is. That's what we hope to do, to perfect things.
I didn't notice anywhere in the rundown that a memorial to Frank Gehry while we're on the architecture segment.
There we go.
But Chris and I can talk about the HVAC system
in the building.
In that building. Yeah, sure.
What? How do you think they are?
Well, I think it's probably an environmental friendly system where they actually use like deep ground cooling.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like when you guys break into HVAC talk. I would prefer HUAC, House Un-American Activities, where everybody's a commie, including Barack Obama. But we're not going to have that. Did you see this story? It's a Washington Post report. There's this guy in 1998. He decided he was going to hike. I'm not sure how long I think the hike was around the world, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. In 1998, Carl Bushby stood at the edge of Punta Arenas, Chile, ready to begin a 31,000-mile expedition that he thought would take roughly 12 years. But it's been 27 years, and Bushby is still walking. All right. And here's the thing. I'm a
So
little scared.
it's not a direct route because I mean that would take them. I mean, there's the only place you can go from there is north or south.
Oh, all right, fair enough. But it's making me a little nervous here because I kind of thought he wouldn't make it because in 1998 I pledged $1,000 a mile if he made it all the way to a relief fund for the damage that Y2K was expected to cause. And who knows, he may make it now.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
a little bit
that
concerned.
money's gonna end up in a Somalian bank in Minnesota.
Which will be overseen by the two-headed hydra that yeah. Yeah. All right. So then there's this, and I've
How do
never
you
known
walk around the world anyway? I mean, you're gonna have to swim
one
at some
step at a
point.
time.
Well, at
One
some
step at a
point, you're
time.
gonna have to swim.
It's not a
The
triathlon, man. He didn't bring a bicycle with him. He's walking around the world.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
31,000 miles. I guess
that,
that's around the world, right?
the Bering Strait hasn't been walkable for 15,000 years.
Maybe by that time we'll have a refreeze, and he'll be able to hop, skip, and jump over each ice flow.
I had a buddy, a comedian. His name was Tom Snyder. He bicycled to his gigs.
Wow.
He started, his car broke down and he said, "Oh, it's 200 miles to the gig." And he goes, "I got a couple days." He goes, I can do 100 miles a day. And he did it to the gig. And he decided that that was going to be his thing. He was going to
Yeah.
only ride a bicycle and I saw this guy in Seattle and I worked with him in Key West. So, I mean, he put in some miles and his goal was to actually to bicycle to all 50 states.
Well, wasn't he a little tired when he got to the gig?
And how he smelled? Imagine.
Oh my goodness. You guys got a shower in here? Oh, you're on in 5 minutes. We've been waiting for you. We've been waiting for you for 16 hours. Come on, get on there.
I was curious how he did all 50 states, and apparently he did a cruise ship.
Oh, okay.
To Hawaii, and they put him on a stationary bike while the cruise. So I don't know if that really counts, unless the bike was connected to like a generator and they had a trolling motor pushing it, but that would take forever.
Hey, as long as he was funny, that's all that matters.
Well, that was what all us comedians said. If you spent as much time writing as you do riding, you'd be there already.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So did you see? And I never know if these things are real or not. I assume this is Ted Cruz's actual account, okay, because it's got the blue check mark and it says Ted Cruz, and it's a picture of Tucker Carlson like in a receiving position, like he's a female, and Cruz tweets, and he what's the tweet that he actually said there? Oh, live footage of Tucker Carlson interviewing the Prime Minister of Qatar. Now and I actually had to make sure that it wasn't a parody account. And God bless Ted Cruz, even if his father did assassinate JFK. I mean, at this point, I'm with Ted Cruz. But that is apparently what happened.
That's you know where that picture's from, right? It was a Governor Newsom tweeted that. His people, because I forget, somebody said something about Governor Newsom because his legs were crossed funny. So okay. They tweeted that picture without Tucker Carlson's head. So that's it's actually a meme of a meme.
Okay, I love when we get meta with the memes. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. So I don't want to throw you a curveball here, but it's just been in the news the day we're recording. Did you hear about this Michigan football coach who's getting fired after he had an affair with somebody in the football department, and then he wound up going over to her house and threatened to kill her and him, and I believe the Jamel Hill, ESPN sportscaster, said, well, and he's black, of course, not of course, but he's black, said, well, they always give white people another chance. Yeah, I'm just wondering, do they give white people another chance after they've threatened to kill their paramour and themselves? I mean, maybe they do. I
want to cover you for you there before you get any get in any trouble. It's, of course, anyone named Jamal is black. Okay, not just anyone that goes and threatens to kill.
No, that's Jamel Hill. That's the woman.
Oh, that's the woman. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's somebody else. More, I believe his name
is also black.
He's also black. And
she's also black.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a lot of different details here. It was funny. Sharon. Yeah. What the hell, Sharon? There
no
was,
apostrophe between the sh and the roan.
So, but I think this NFL Insider, I get my Adams mixed up, like I get my Jamels mixed up. But Adam Schefter, I think, said, "Hey, we got to hear his side of the story before we." All right, fair enough. There apparently was a point where he got a delivery from the drugstore of the Plan B. Is it? Abortifacient,
sure.
For the girl, actually got it delivered there. So I would think, we got to listen to the girl, we got to listen to him, we got to listen to the aborted fetus. Everybody's got a story to tell about this, but
you can't. If you're a guy, you can't buy Plan B. Did you know that?
Did not know.
You can't even pick it up. Can't even. Nope. You're not allowed.
Isn't that discriminatory?
Not really. What does a guy need it for? Okay.
What if you're trans? What if you're a trans person?
Sure, like Mr. Garrison that wants an abortion. Yes, I would guess so.
That's discriminatory against a person.
But you're a woman. You're a woman, though. A trans woman is still a woman. So, yeah, you have to be a woman to get Plan B. It makes sense. I mean, are you following this through? Why that would happen?
No, I'm not.
Honey, I'm pregnant and I'm going to keep it. Oh, let me get a couple drinks for us to celebrate.
All right. What? Okay. Oh, so only Bill Cosby is not allowed to buy that, but everybody else should be allowed to get it. Anyway,
but I think Dr. Cosby is more of a doctor than Dr. Jill, because he actually passed out meds.
I was thinking of Cliff Huxtable was more a doctor than Dr. Jill.
Well, he's actually Dr. Cosby. I think he got an honorary PhD. Yeah, he's an actual Dr. Cosby
from Temple University.
Can we take a vote on if this is worth throwing away $14 million?
More?
Yeah, that's what he lost.
Only 14 million?
14 million. He had 2 years, 7 million apiece, I guess.
So, but why didn't they give him? First of all, why didn't they just try and buy him out? Why didn't they go hush hush?
Because they don't have to pay the 14 million if he's fired for cause.
Yeah, I know, but you can decide that it's not for cause. You keep it under the table. I mean, that's what big time college sports is all about, right?
That's what they would do with a white coach, Bruce.
Well, Jamel Hill says that. Yeah, exactly. Why did they? Jamel Hill called him. Oh yeah, he's a cornball. Okay, all right. So I mean, that's how I define a cornball: is somebody who comes with a knife and threatens to kill himself. He's a cornball. All right.
I need to point something out, Bruce. We're not in the final segment.
I do know that.
Okay.
I am aware. And you should point it out because I usually wrap up the show after the third segment.
And when you start doing sports,
I know
sports.
I looked at
it's the last segment. Okay.
Yeah, I just looked at this as more of a, something of national racial concern.
Okay.
All right, but let's get back to local news. Our dear friend Amy Jacobson had a tweet about what's going on with the blue line right now on the L. Remember, I believe it was on the blue line where that woman got burned, horribly a couple of weeks ago. But there's video that she showed of the homeless just sleeping on the train And
Sure.
I mean, how is it usable? But we may be able to show that. But I was just thinking maybe they're catching the first plane to go to New York, which will become a transit haven for the homeless. There we have it. There's the video. If you're watching on your screen, it's a lot of people just sleeping, and it looked like it's like during the day too, right? So it's
Yeah. I mean, if that's recent, if that's
be one thing if it's like homeless hours, midnight to 5 a.m. I get that. But if it's just during the day.
Yeah, none of them seem to have TSA approved luggage. It's I don't know if you're aware that they here's a local story since we're on WJOB. They ran a train down the South Shore Extension this week. Is it was supposed to be finished in October of this year. They're now looking at March, maybe that you will actually be able to take the train from downtown Chicago into southern Northwest Indiana.
Wow.
So it's going to be the Carjacker Express.
Well, and it'll be easier to run guns from Indiana into some of the Chicago neighborhoods, right?
Oh, yeah.
And fireworks as well. Okay.
And those South Shore line, the South Shore line, man, the seats are much more comfortable than that.
I see. All right. Well, good, nice little local story. Can we get a local sponsor for that?
Yeah, South Shore Line's going to want to sponsor us now.
Okay. All right. So, let's we've been off. What our focus. The main thing, which of course are hot women. And so let's go to immediate. Alina Habba, or as Chet would say, Habba Vavumsky, stepping down as U.S. attorney after appeals court upholds disqualification, but she may still appeal. I think she still has appeal, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, who could actually pay attention to what she's saying in a courtroom?
Did I mention this? What's her face? I think Marsha Clark, was that the OJ prosecutor?
Yeah, right.
Went up to Johnny Cochran and before he started and whispered in his ear, "I'm not wearing any underwear." According to Johnny Cochran, that's what she said to him, so that to kind of get him off his focus.
I don't know. He still said if he didn't slip when he said if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. So
or he was thinking of something else.
Yeah, I think maybe if Habala had been the attorney in the OJ case, things might have turned out differently.
Now, this is just the fact that she was appointed was because of the Senate, correct? The Senate won't the blue slip agreement.
Okay,
am I correct on that?
I love when you give the legal history here.
If one senator opposes a nomination,
sure,
they can hold it up. So they've been trying to get U.S. attorney. Trump has been trying to put a U.S. attorney in New Jersey, and they just keep blue slipping all his appointments.
For the record, I am enjoying Chris's editing right here. He just keeps toggling between the two pictures of of Habla, while you give us this very colorful legal history. What is that? Yeah, blue slip. Yeah. Okay. Was Marsha Clark wearing a blue slip? I don't remember. So, all right. Here's a really important story. Our old buddy Jim Garrity of National Review writing about, Hollywood's crashing right now. Isn't Netflix is buying up Warner Brothers and maybe
Paramount beat their offer.
Yeah, right. A little hostile takeover there. But, he was talking about why the movie industry is cratering and how much money. Have you gone to any movies in recent years?
Yeah, I actually went to see Wicked for good.
The second Wicked you saw? You call yourself a conservative podcaster? Get this guy out of here.
I slept through most of it. So
what possessed you to go to Wicked?
I have a friend who loves Wicked. She's seen the Broadway production about 23 times. So she wanted to see it.
How much did it cost you to? How much did it cost you to see Wicked?
I picked up her ticket, $18.
$18.
Yeah. And she picked up the popcorn and
how much is the popcorn? And is it
about $18? So we both put in about $18
that got you popcorn and the movie?
$18, yeah, for 18, well, $9. Yeah, $9 for the movie, $9 for the popcorn. Yeah.
When did you see this movie? In 1987? I mean, it's
no, I went for a matinee. It was a matinee.
Matinee.
It was a senior. It was senior price.
I knew it
matinee.
had to be something.
Yeah,
because I'm hearing these, the astronomical costs. Look, I'd be willing to spend $20 to see like the Beatles in Help, which was not nearly as good as A Hard Day's Night, in a plush, comfy theater. If Paul McCartney came on stage and introed it and led the audience in a sing-along, that's a lot of money to go see a movie.
Did you see? I actually saw that the 16 billion, I think, was what Netflix has offered for Time or Warner Brothers or whatever it is now. Does not include CNN.
Right. Well, Trump said it had to include CNN.
Right. If it includes CNN, it's 14 billion.
Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the weekly wrap. So, gotta love that Jasmine Crockett is running for Texas senator right now. I forgot some of her greatest hits. I mean, being a shock jock, even though I'm on the other side, when she referred to Greg Abbott as
Hot Wheels,
Governor Hot Wheels, I mean, that is the sickest. The guy's been in a wheelchair for 40 plus years. Oh my God. And she just called him Governor Hot Wheels. I mean,
well, I think it's okay when it's a self-inflicted injury. I think if it's a war wound, you have to treat it with respect. But
deserved it. Yeah, right. No, absolutely.
He dove without checking the depth, which is
yeah. And the guy came up with the greatest political ploy. I mean, Trump's whole immigration policy was engineered or made possible by Greg Abbott when he started sending the migrants to wherever, Martha's Vineyard. I mean, it was just like
it was
a master stroke.
It's what was funny was how the media didn't really cover what happened. Is that basically they said, "Oh, we gave them all a hot meal." And then they show all the Martha's Vineyard residents welcoming them and giving them a hot meal and little merch packs. I'll
get the hell out of here.
And then as soon as the cameras were off, it's like, okay, on the bus.
Yeah, really.
Everyone here on the bus. Funny. It's the end of the joke's over.
Yeah, good to see Jasmine Crockett entering the race. Now, here's a WGN-TV news tweet. And am I seeing this right? Am I doing my math right on this? But it says $102 million to qualify for part of Google's $700 million settlement. How you can get paid? Am I right when I say, where do I get my 7 smackers? I mean, am I doing the math right here?
Yeah, that's like
each person is entitled to $7.
It's
$102 million into 700 million.
Yeah,
that's $7 a person.
Yeah,
WGN is telling us how to get $7. Is that it?
I would guess the attorneys that they made that settlement probably advertise quite frequently on WGN.
Whatever. Look, I'm all in favor of class action suits. I'm all in favor of.
Really, I am not.
Just as a principle.
Yeah, because the only people who really get paid are the attorneys.
But the defendants,
it's right there.
Get punished.
Yeah, get $7.
But don't the defendants deserve to get punished?
How was I punished by Google? How did
Google's punished by $700 million? It's that's. I know it's a rounding error to Google. Okay, you're right. Class actions below. Okay.
I've never gotten more than I think I got $12 from Facebook. I got $12 when, and I didn't even sign up for that.
Look, I'm still. I was at NBC. I was at NBC when it was owned by General Electric. I'm still getting dividend checks of like $1 a year from General Electric.
Wow.
So it's not enough to, light the bulb in my refrigerator.
Not enough to buy a bulb in your refrigerator. If you can even find one. You
Right,
can't get those in, if you, depending on how old your refrigerator is, you might not even be able to get a bulb for there anymore because those LEDs won't work in there.
Remember William Perry's the refrigerators? Did he do the commercial? I think where he went, you open the door, the light goes on. That was the great commercial from 50 years ago, 40 years ago. All right, CBS. Barry Weiss is taking over. We mentioned her a little bit earlier. They have a new news anchor. I can't pronounce his name, and I'm never going to watch it, but I think his name, and he's a pretty good reporter, I guess. Tony Dokoupil has been named anchor of the CBS Evening News. And in his first month, he's going to go out from behind his desk and meet viewers in cities and towns across America. His cross-country tour builds on the instinct that has defined his coverage to go where the story is. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, you know what would be great? Would love to see him on the road because it would be cool if we could see what Charles Kuralt's extended family is up to these days. I mentioned this on Twitter. For those of you who don't remember, Charles Kuralt, the saintly, wonderful, homespun stuff of Charles Kuralt on the road. Oh, you could feel the atmosphere of America as he crisscrossed the country.
His little camper.
It turned out at the end, after he died, we found out that he had another family stuck somewhere.
Just one?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know how many. Scott Bertram, who's substituted for you here, he's a Saturday Night Live maven, sent me a clip. It's Norm Macdonald. This is years before Kuralt died or whatever. Norm Macdonald is imitating Charles Kuralt. And, I'm not doing it justice here, but he's got the bald head and everything. He's got the voice down and he's got the patter. And somebody wrote that. I think it looked like they lifted Charles Kuralt scripts from all across the country. And I can't recreate them, but it was just wonderful. It's so bucolic and just, you just can smell the fresh wheat in a Kansas harvest, all this stuff. But, and with each person that he met, every woman that he met, at the end, he said, and then I had sex with her. It was just like, and then that's the whole bit it goes on. And the funny thing is if you watch it, the laughter isn't, I'm hysterical watching this years later. The people watching it at the time were not laughing that hard at it. But the thing is that there must have been, as with this Michigan coach, where there were rumors about him for weeks before he got fired. There were rumors apparently about Charles Kuralt, and that's how it had to have filtered to Saturday Night Live, where they did this thing. And I had sex with her, every single person he had sex with. Anyway,
David,
I hate when guys recreate bits from Saturday Night Live without seeing him, without playing him. I'm sorry.
David Muir is actually his Made in America series is back on. That's where he goes around the country looking for.
Does he just flex his muscles, biceps?
Well, it's really funny. He goes into a pasta shop and hugs the proprietor. And all I can think is, don't hug them too hard. The clothespins are on that side because they're filming them from the back.
This is a funny thing, but David Muir and this Tony guy and another anchor, the new NBC anchor, they're all represented by the same agency.
Huh.
Yeah. And they're probably all bots of each other. Anyway, but, when they decide to go outside, because that's authenticity. When you go outside from behind the desk, it reminds me of when the sainted Carol Marine, she took over the Channel 2 News. Oh, it was going to be different. It's Carol Marine. Her very first broadcast, she got out of the newsroom and reported live in front of Tribune Tower on the death of Bob Collins, the radio guy. And I said to myself when I saw that, same old goddamn BS. Because standing out there, no, I'm standing in front of Tribune Tower. Wow. How far away is that from the CBS? Oh, that's a couple of blocks. Okay. What's the big deal? It's just all artifice. Whereas the only genuine stuff you get is when a couple of old guys like me and Tim Slagle just are ogling some young hussy from Landman. That's authenticity.
I actually saw, I think it was ABC, I think it was Jonathan Karl was in front of the White House and he was holding an umbrella, and like his microphone dropped and you could hear like the mic in the room picking him up. You know how when the mic drops you can hear the echo in the room, but he's standing there with an umbrella supposedly in front of a rainy White House.
Well, that reminds me of and it's going to kill me because Cokie Roberts, one of the great authentic reporters in the history of ABC. Cokie Roberts,
heir to Bob Roberts. Am I right on that?
I'm not sure.
Wasn't her dad? Her dad. Anyway,
she
Cokie.
She does. I forgot what the backdrop was. I think it may have been the Capitol. It was a green screen that she was standing in front of. It was totally fake.
Yeah,
just like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Got Jonathan Karl, the same thing.
Yeah,
with an umbrella to make it look even more authentic. Now, he had an umbrella in front of the green screen.
I went down to spring training once, okay, and we shot a lot of footage of the field behind us, and like a guy walking down and mowing and everything. And then I came back to Chicago and we showed it behind me, as if I were still in spring training. I said, watch this guy trip over second base. It's going to happen. Anyway, yeah. Hey, the White Sox.
They didn't want to pay the per diem, right? They said no. Just get some B-roll, run it behind them. We can't afford the per diem to keep them down there.
I think actually at some point you see me walking behind myself and down the first base line. Catch the errors. Hey, I know you don't like sports, but Chris loves this. Your Chicago White Sox got the #1 pick in next year's draft, and they are going to trade this guy July 31st, 2028 to the Red Sox. Am I right, Chris?
For a washed-up player that was good 10 years ago. Usually, yes. Is there any more?
This guy's name is Rock. Go ahead.
Is there any more useless first-round pick than baseball? You know what I mean?
Right.
They never develop like a football player, like a football or a basketball. Like you're getting someone great with that first pick. Baseball, it's way more of a crapshoot.
I think Harold Baines was a first-round pick,
and doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
But he was good enough. So this guy's name is Rock Chalowski.
The Hall of Mediocre.
But this guy's name is Rock Chalowski, which is a great name for the great South Side of Chicago. And did you know there's a new Culver's that's going to be built in the South Loop, and that they built that 78 there? I'm telling you, Chris, White Sox Renaissance. I won't be alive to see it, but White Sox Renaissance.
You'll be able to see the Fires Stadium though that they're building there first.
Oh, what we've got gratuitous photos of who right now to end the show.
It's Alina Habba. I had a couple
Alina Habba. Not enough. If you didn't have it enough before, we have it now. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap.
And that's the Weekly Wrap on radio and television. Follow Bruce at Bruce Wolf Shy on Twitter and Tim at timslagle.com. The Weekly Wrap with Bruce Wolf, a CP Pods production.